Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is about this fur bag, let's say. This is a bag. My inspiration is from Bottega Veneta. They have this style of bag with this knot. Actually, they have it with so many different materials, but now in the winter they have made it in fur, which kind of grabbed my attention. I did want to have that bag, but I did not have the budget of Bottega Veneta, so I thought, why not crocheting the bag by myself. I will show you step by step how to do this bag. You are going to have the pattern, the written pattern with pictures step by step also on my website. Don't forget to check my website in case you want the pictures, the step-by-step pictures, and in case you want the written pattern, and you can also follow along with this tutorial. I did also this bag in another material, which is velvet. So here is the velvet version. The counting is the same. I follow the same pattern, the same counting as the purple one, but with velvet actually it turned out a little bit smaller, which still is very, very, very nice. I think that you can even make it shorter if you want to, the handle over here, and you have also another smaller handle, and you can have it like really, really, really small in case you want to, but I did want to have a little bit of space in here. But as you can see here at the green one, this turned out really, really small. So yeah, this is my Bottega Veneta version. I hope you like this tutorial, and for more, just check the tutorial step by step and let's just get into it. For this project I am going to use two kind of yarns. I am going to use this new yarn that it's called mink here, but I don't know exactly how you call this one. I will just leave for you the link in the description box. I bought it on Amazon, but I think every brand has this kind of yarn. So the color is 350, which is this lilac over here, and the yarn is like this. This will make the teddy bear bag. The problem with this yarn is that you cannot really see your work. What are you doing? So the better thing to do is to add another yarn. I have used this yarn with other color, with white, and is okay too. It doesn't have to be exactly the same color, but I prefer to match the color of the other yarn too. So I did have this other 100% cotton from Catania, and I just used this. I mean, you can use any kind of yarn that you have at hand. It doesn't have to be this, but I did match the color because I don't want to have anything to be seen like another color. So yeah, this is the combination of the yarn that I used, and also for this I used a 5mm hook. For the sake of the tutorial, so that you can see what I am doing, I'm not going to do the tutorial with the step-by-step tutorial with the exact yarn because you can't really see what I am doing, and let me show you an example of it. So here is a part of the bag that I did, and yeah, the other yarn will allow you to see a little bit your stitches and to see what you are doing, if you can see here. So yeah, that's why I thought it's better to match the yarn, and you need that other yarn. But it's not really very, very good for a step-by-step tutorial. So I'm gonna use another yarn, but I am just going to do the same counting. And I recommend also 3 markers like this, and I will tell you later on why you need these 3 markers and why it's very important. So for this bag, I am going to start with a slip knot, and I'm going to crochet 24 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. So here we have 24 chain stitches. 1 stitch is going to be used for the turning, so in total actually we're going to use 23 stitches here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with single crochet. It's a very, very easy stitch. Probably a lot of you already know that. So I'm going to skip the first chain from the hook, and then I'm going to insert the hook in the second chain from the hook and crochet a single crochet. So insert the hook, pull through, yarn over, and pull through the 2 loops. And this is the first single crochet stitch of the first row. I will put a marker. If I were you, especially working with that kind of yarn, you better put the markers at the ends and on both sides of your work, and also the next one I will show you where. I will continue to crochet a single crochet stitch in the next chain. So until now I have 2, and I will continue to crochet a single crochet stitches until I have in total 11. So 3, 4, 5. So I crocheted 11 single crochet stitches, and now at the 12th chain I'm going to crochet 3 single crochet stitches in 1 chain stitch. So every row we are going to increase with 2 single crochet stitches. So in the next chain stitch, 1, 2, again in the same chain, in the same chain stitch, 3 single crochet stitches. Here it is, and you're gonna have this little hole over here, that's fine. And I'm going to put a marker at, so we have 1, 2, 3 chain stitches, and I'm going to put the marker at the middle stitch. We're gonna keep the marker over here because for a number of rows we're going to crochet 3 chain stitches in the center. Always in the middle we are going to increase with 2 single crochet stitches in the middle. Okay, so for the rest, here you're gonna have another 11 chain stitches remaining. So for the next 11 chain stitches, again 1 single crochet on each stitch. In total 11 single crochet stitches on the other side of the increase. So 1, 2, and here it is. So this is the increase still. So from here to here, 11 single crochet stitches. In total, in the first row, you are going to have, let me show you a little bit closer and how it actually looks. So it will start to look like a V on this side, like upside down. So it will start to look like this because we are starting to increase over here, so it will bend. So the logic is that in the first row you're gonna have 11 single crochet stitches until here, and then you're gonna have this 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, the increase, and then on the other side again you're gonna have from here 11 single crochet stitches. Okay, now we are going to start the second row. For the second row I'm going to do 1 chain, and then I'm going to turn my work, and then again skip the chain stitch that we did, and we're going to insert the hook in the second stitch from the hook, both loops. So skip this one and insert in the second stitch from the hook. And I'm going to crochet single crochet stitches. So this is the first single crochet stitch. I'm going to put a marker. I do recommend markers, especially in this project. So I will continue to crochet single crochet stitches until I arrive at to this stitch over here, which is 1 stitch before the marker in the center. So in total there are going to be 12 single crochet stitches up to here. And here it is, 12 single crochet stitches, and at the marker stitch I'm going to do again 3 single crochet stitches, which means that I'm increasing with 2 stitches. So take out the marker, and in that stitch crochet 3 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, So at the second single crochet stitch, put the marker, because the second one is always the center stitch, the middle stitch, and 3 in the same stitch. Then we are left with another 12 stitches over here until the marker, and then crochet 12 single crochet stitches until the end. One, two, and here it is. So this is the second row. In the second row, we are going to have 12 single crochet stitches, 3 single crochet stitches in one stitch, and then another 12 single crochet stitches on this side. So it's 12 plus 12 is 24, plus 3 is 27. In total, 27 single crochet stitches. This is what we are going to continue doing for another 8 rows. In total, we are going to have 10 rows. The first 10 rows are going to be with increases always here at the center stitch. So for the third row, again, I'm going to work until 1 stitch before the marker, so 13 single crochet stitches. Then at the marker, 3 single crochet stitches, and then at the next stitch from the marker, again from here until the end, 13 single crochet stitches. I hope you have understood kind of the logic for the next 8 rows. So let me just do one more row with you. So 1 chain, turn your work, skip the first chain from the hook and insert the hook on the second stitch from the hook right here, and of course single crochet, put the marker. I will continue crocheting single crochet until here, 1 stitch before the marker. In total, 13 single crochet stitches. And here we are. I crocheted 13 single crochet stitches, and now at the center stitch I will crochet 3 single crochet stitches in the same stitch. So 1, 2, again at the second stitch, single crochet, always put the marker, so this is the center stitch, and 3 in the same stitch. And then for the rest are left 13 stitches from the next stitch over here. So from here to here are left 13 stitches. So I'm gonna crochet 13 single crochet stitches to the end of the row. So here it is. This is how my work looks like once I finish the third row. So as you can see, we are always increasing on the center stitch with 2 single crochet stitches. I mean, we crochet 3, but 2 are that increase on each row. So I'm going to continue this for the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th row. Once I have 10 rows, always with increasing in the center, I will show you how my work looks like, and then we continue the rest of the pattern together. At the 10th row, you will have in total 43 single crochet stitches. Okay, so here we are, guys. I did finish 10 rows. As you can see, you can count very easily with this yarn, but with other one, not really. So you have to keep your markers and keep your counting. Okay, so you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is by 2 because one of these is made by 2 rows, so it's 10 rows. At the end here I have 43 stitches in total. So from now on I am not going to crochet anymore increases here, but you have to keep the marker over here, because with fluffy yarn, yeah, you need the marker over here because you will need to do the decreases for the other side of the bag, so you're gonna have to keep the marker in the middle. So in total I am going to crochet 43 single crochet stitches back and forth. So from row 11 to row 30 I will continue crocheting 1 single crochet on each stitch. In total 43 single crochet stitches. Let me show you how actually with the fur yarn that part looks like, the part where we do the increases. As you can see, is slightly smaller than the other one because the yarn over there is thick, but this is how your work it is going to look like. And now I will continue as I told you from row 11 to row 30 crocheting forth and back single crochet stitches, 43 single crochet stitches on each row. So I did one chain and I skipped the first chain stitch, insert in the second stitch from the hook, and I will continue row 11, just simple 43 single crochet stitches. Once I get to this stitch, I will take out the marker, do the stitch, and then put the stitch back. And also I will continue on this side, and again I will, if I were you, I would keep the markers also on both ends. So from row 11 there is no more increases. Okay, here it is, row 11, and I will continue repeating row 11 until I have 30 rows in total. So slowly you will start to have this in this direction. Everything will go in this direction. As you can see, there are no more increases here. So I will continue to crochet another 19 rows without doing any increase or any decrease. 43 single crochet stitches forth and back. I will see you here once I finish the 30th row. Okay, you guys, so here I am. I did finish 20 rows forth and back with no increases. This part over here. And actually my work with the fur yarn is like this. This is how the bag looks like. The other one is just to show you clearly how to work with, but this is how the work looks like. So now I'm just going to do the same pattern that I did for this side, but just not increasing but decreasing. So I will have 10 rows I did here for increasing, and then 20 rows with no increases or decreases, and then I'm gonna go this way now doing 10 rows decreasing. So let me show you now the pattern for the decreasing side. So in total I have 43 stitches. I have the marker here in the center, and every row I am going to decrease 2 stitches. Okay, so now I'm going to start row number 41, and for that I'm going to do one chain, turn my work, and I'm going to crochet 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So I'm going to crochet 1 single crochet on each stitch until I arrive right here. So I'm going to crochet until here. So I'm going to leave 1 empty before the marker, and I will crochet until here. So I'm going to crochet 20 single crochet stitches until the stitch over here, and not here, because then I'm going to do the decrease. So crochet 1 single crochet until I have 20 single crochet in total. And here we are. I did 20 single crochet stitches, and now here I am going to decrease. So I'm going to decrease 2 stitches. So for that I am going to insert the hook the 1 stitch before the marker, pull a loop, take out the marker, insert the hook at the stitch where was the marker, pull a loop, and then 1 more stitch, after the marker, insert the hook, yarn over, pull a loop. So I have 4 loops on the hook, and I'm just going to close them all, yarn over, and all 4 loops at once. And I'm going to put a marker because this is actually now the center stitch. So once I do that, I have already decreased 2 stitches. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just insert the hook in the next stitch and crochet a single crochet. Okay, so insert the hook, yarn over, and single crochet. And then I'm going to continue 1 single crochet on each stitch until the end, where is the marker. In total, again, in this side, we're going to have 20 single crochets. So let me show you. Here we have 20 single crochets until the marker, and then we have the 1 stitch that we have here that we decreased, and then we will have another 20 single crochets. So in total, for a row 41, we will have 41 stitches, single crochet stitches. So let's continue until the end. Okay, so here we are. I did finish the stitches until the end, and now I'm going to continue row 42. For row 42, again, 1 chain, turn my work. I'm going to crochet in the next stitch 1 single crochet, put the marker, and then I'm going to continue crocheting single crochet on each stitch until I arrive here at the marker, but I will leave 1 more stitch before the marker. So I will continue crocheting single crochet until here. 2 stitches before the marker I will stop. So in total there are going to be 19 single crochet stitches. Okay, so here I am, 1 stitch before the marker, and now I am going to do the decrease. I will decrease 2 stitches. So insert the hook, yarn over, pull a loop, and then take out the marker. So this is the center, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then the next stitch again after the marker, insert the hook and pull up a loop, and you're gonna have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all the 4 loops, put the marker. So this is the center stitch, and this is the same what I did in the previous row, the 41st row, just that now I have less stitches on this side. So now at the next stitch I'm just going to continue crocheting single crochet stitches, and I will continue crocheting single crochet stitches until the end of the row. So from this stitch, from the first single crochet that I did here until the end, there are going to be 19 single crochet stitches. Okay, and here it is. As you can see, it is starting to become smaller. So here is row 42, and at row 42 I have 19 stitches here, and then the decreased 1 stitch here, so 19, 1 and another 19 on this side. So you are going to see a decrease, the rows are going to get smaller. You can see here, I'm just going to continue do on this side. So as we did 10 rows on this side, we need 10 rows on this other side. So I did already 41 and 42. I am going to continue 43 until 50. And on each of this row, I am going to decrease with 2 stitches, same as I did in this other 2 rows that I showed you. So just keep decreasing 2 stitches in the middle, the same way that I showed you, until you have 50 rows in total. At the 50th row, you are going to have 25 stitches in total. So just continue. I am going to continue crocheting row 43 until row 50, and then I'm going to show you how it looks. Yeah, so I finished here the 10th row, and at the 10th row I have 23 stitches. So now once I have my pattern like this, I am going to connect these 2 sides together by crocheting, but you can just sew it, you can do that as well. So I'm just going to take out the marker here, insert the hook at the first stitch here, pull the loop on this side, and now I am just going to crochet 1 row of single crochet connecting these 2 sides together. You can just sew it, so connect 1 stitch here and 1 here. Try to match the stitches, what is this stitch over here and what is the corresponding stitch on the other side. Okay, so once I attached, I will cut the yarn, and this is how it is going to look like. And this is going to be the inside, and I'm going to sew or crochet this side as well, and then I'm going to show you how to do the strap. Okay, you guys, here I am. I did crocheted both sides, and then I'm going to just turn from inside out. This is how it looks like, and now I'm going to do the strap. For the strap, I am going to work the strap on one side like this, and then long. For the strap, I have calculated that I want 1 stitch here in the center where I did the sewing. So I'm going to grab 1 stitch here, and then I'm going to have 11 stitches this side and another 11 stitches on this side. 1 stitch is always, if you see, this is 2 rows. So if you see this pattern over here is the pattern of 2 rows. So I'm going to have 1 stitch here, I'm going to have 1 stitch here, I'm going to have 1 stitch here. So it's like for 2, when you see the pattern of 2 rows, I'm going to have 3 stitches, 1 here, 1 in the center, and 1 in the other side. So I'm going to calculate 1 stitch here. So I'm going to grab 1 stitch here, and then from here I will calculate another 11 stitches here. And how am I going to calculate them? If you see here, I have a division. So here is the first stitch, and then here stitch number 2, 3, 4, 5, where I have here 6, there is the line 7, here is another line here 8 and 9 and 10 and 11. Here is the 11th stitch. So I count it like that. So I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to crochet 1 single crochet on each of these lines where the lines will orient you very well. So I'm going to have 11 here, 1 in the center over here, and then from here I will again calculate another 11 on this side, the same as I did on this side. I'm going to show you. I'm going to work now with this color just for a better understanding. So I'm going to insert the hook where I had the 11th stitch, and then I'm going to try to tangle this. So I'm going to do 1 chain over here, and then this stays inside. So this is supposed to be stitch number 1. So I'm going to put a marker over here because I do need to work this stitch. Then I'm going to insert the hook right here where I have the line here. So here I'm going to have the 2nd stitch, single crochet. And then again where I have the division here between 2 rows, 1 single crochet. Again here. You can your work is going to guide you. You're going to have the stitch here and in the middle, and here and in the middle, okay? So this is the work of 2 rows. You're going to grab outside and in the center. So number 2, 3, 4, 11, and then here actually I have the connection. So here I'm gonna have 1 more So this is the center one. So I have 11 stitches here and then the 12th right here in the center where we did the sewing. Now I'm going to continue the same on this other side, 11 stitches. 1, 2, 11. Okay, here it is. So this is how your work is going to look like. In total 23 stitches. So next is very easy. I'm just going to do one chain, turn my work, and then I'm going to crochet one stitch, one single crochet, not at the chain stitch that we did, but in the next stitch. And I'm gonna put a marker over here. Then I'm gonna do in the next stitch again one single crochet, and I will continue single crochet until the end of the row. In total 23 single crochet stitches. So here it is. So this is the second row and I just did single crochet. This is how it is going to look from the outside. I will continue crocheting single crochet forth and back until I have approximately, I will leave for you the measurements of the strap, and I will see you once the full strap is crocheted and show you how to do the assembling. Okay, hello everyone. So here is the finished piece. This is the whole crochet piece. I was left with, I did add one more skin with the cotton and one more skin with the fur yarn. So this whole bag took me, I can say 1.5 from the cotton and 2 from the yarn, from the fur yarn. So it's better to have 2 skins of each. So I didn't cut because I do want to attach this end to this side, and I do want to do it with the hook. But I'm going to show you that later. You can also sew it. So I do want to first do the lining over here, and then once I'm done with the lining, I can sew over here, and then I can do the knot, and then I am going to do the attachment over here because this is how I want to assemble the bag. You can do without the lining, just sew here, do the knot and attach over here. It's just up to you. You can attach it with the hook as I'm gonna do it, or you can just sew it. This is all up to you. Okay, you guys, just let me give you some measurements. So the down part, just this part over here without the strap, is the width is 29 centimeters over here, or 11.5 inches, and the height here at the center is approximately 18 centimeters, or about 7 inches. Okay, then the strap, the length of the strap is approximately 50.5 centimeter. So 50.5 centimeters, or 20 inch. And the width of the strap is approximately 18 centimeters, approximately 18 centimeters, or what is 18, or 7 inch and not a quarter, but how do you call this one? I will just leave it in the pattern. Okay, so these are the measurements. I don't say exactly how many rows I did forth and back, because you can't really count with this kind of yarn. So it's better if you just use the measurements in this case. Now I am going to do the lining over here, and once I do the lining over here, then I'm going to show you how I'm going to assemble the bag. And here we are. I did sew the lining from inside it looks like this. So the lining is in. So what I'm going to do next is sew the shoulder strap. So I'm going to start sewing from here until a little bit over here, and I'm going to leave this part over here because I need to sew this on this other side. But I need to sew this side because I need to do the knot, to make the knot. For that I'm going to use a tapestry needle and the same yarn, this yarn over here, and I'm going to start sewing from here up to here. Okay, you guys, so here it is. This is how it is after that I have sewn it. I sew it from the inside, the lining, as you can see. And here is the belt, the strap, sorry. So I sew it to a certain point over here, and now I need to do the knot. Okay, for that I'm just going to keep all this left over. I will put it here a little bit, because I'm planning to do the knot, and to do the knot I need that. So I'm going to do it like this. So I will just try actually to have this sewing here in the middle. So flat it out like this. So the sewing will be here, and then just a normal knot, turn like this and insert all here, everything that you have. Okay, and here it is. Now what you have to do is just fix it, just pull it up, pull it a little bit. And now the next thing that I need to do is to sew it over here, or in my case I'm going to crochet all this one, half of it on this side and half of it on the other side. Yeah, first I'm going to fix it with some markers. So first I fixed the half, and now I'm going to fix here. Okay, so I pin it here. So I'm going to crochet from the inside. So let me just take here like this, and this part like this. Yeah, I think it's better this way. And check here the placement that we need half of it on this side and half of it on this other side. So here is the center, the middle. And I think it's better if I just crochet like this. The center is very important, okay? So you can match this length with this length over here. So let me just take out the marker now, because I don't really feel like I need it anymore. I'm gonna take the last stitch that I had in my hook, and I'm just going to insert one stitch here and one stitch here. So as I told you, we have two sides. I made sure that the two, this side and this side, fit. Now insert from this side of the strap, and then insert to the corresponding stitch on the bag side. Pull through and single crochet. Do the same for the next stitch insert on the next stitch and insert on the bag as well, pull through and single crochet. So let's just connect these two with single crochet. With a finger I'm trying to find the next stitch because it's not easy. You don't have to crochet all the stitches one by one, but if I can too, why not? So I will keep crocheting and attaching up here and then until the end. This is not an easy step. I guess it would be easier if you just sew it, so you can just go with that. I'm gonna take out now this marker. Now I will just crochet until the end of the strap. Here it is. I did connect on this side. Now I'm gonna do just one chain and pull the rest of the yarn because actually it is left very little. I'm gonna cut here this one because this was a leftover from the cotton, but actually from the fur yarn it just was exactly 2 skeins. I don't know if you should get a third one just in case, but in my case, you know, it looks like exactly 2 skeins. So I will just, where I have here, I will just pull the rest of the yarn. So now I have this left over here for another sewing because, let me show you where we're gonna sew. So here it is, the bag, and we're gonna have to sew. We're gonna have to sew this end with this end over here. We're gonna sew, and then we're gonna have to sew all the rest until here where we left the opening. So we have to finish this opening over here. Again with a tapestry needle, and just connect these 2 sides here of the strap. So where we have the strap, we have to connect them. So here is one side and here is the other side. Connect them, same as we did here. We connected right here, so we need to do the same on the other side. So once these 2 are connected, now I'm just going to sew very simply until I go to the end. And yeah, okay, so this is the crochet part, and it will be good if you place with your hand the sewing part right here in the center, in the middle here, the sewing part, because actually this is the entrance of the bag, so you need it from the middle. So okay, you guys, I guess we are kind of there, and I do want to add one last step, the sewing of a zipper. So I'm going to use this zipper that it matches the color. I have already ordered another zipper that is actually for handbags, but haven't arrived yet, so I'm going to just use this one just for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, you guys, here it is. I did sew both of the sides. And now it's the time for the big reveal. Probably from here you cannot see it very well, but also probably you have seen it from the beginning of this video, so anyway, I'm just going to show it one more time. Here is how the bag turned out. So, what do you think?